Sometimes, have you ever watched the news and it just irked you so much, and you was like, my community is falling apart. My job, the management just doesn't seem to understand the issue, but it's so plainly in front of me what the answer is. And a lot of times it's a problem that we are able to recognize, that we think that someone else is going to fix it. And that's the problem. I realize this: when you see the problem and you can recognize that there's a problem, we also have the ability to solve that problem. I'll give you an example. One of the things that I had on my heart in the city of Camden was to be able to do youth outreach and help youth to understand their gifts and their talents and their ability. I saw a problem. But then I networked with the group of community leaders, and we started an open mic in Camden, New Jersey, called Good Vibes Open Mic, right? And that was about the same time as I started CHAMPIam, right? My business. By us seeing that problem, we started to be the solution about creating safe spaces in our community. So seeing that there was a void in our community, we came up with a way to fill that void. And now, 9 years later, it's still running strong. Where we have about 60 youth that come once a month, and we just have jams, music jams, and poetry slams, and all those things. But we provided a safe space in a city that had a bad rap. You see, I saw a problem. What is the problem that you may be seeing that you might be the answer to, but you think someone else is going to fix it? No, part of your purpose is, if you can see it, maybe you're called to fix it. And here's the best thing about that, because you're like, well, maybe I'm, you see problems on your job all the day long, and no one's taking responsibility to fix it, but you end up fixing it. What happens is wealth comes to the person that can fix the problem. You are a problem solver. You just have to step out and try to fix the problem. You want your community to be better, step out into your community and do better. Be a part of the solution. Maybe your purpose is keeping your block clean. Maybe your purpose is encouraging your neighbors, right? If you see the problem, you may have the ability to fix that problem. And a lot of times it's not the big answers that are making the difference. It's the little things that we do that can turn a nation around, can turn a community around, can turn your family around. So even though your that little idea of an open mic has created potential artists that were never even thinking about doing albums, and now they're creating their own albums. So out of that spark of saying that little thing about creating spaces, we've now created artists that are now creating music and going out and affecting their community, with influencing their community with their gift. And that happened because we saw a problem and we said, we will be the answer. Will you take up the charge and be the answer? The other P is pain. Sometimes your purpose is found through your pain. Why do you say pain? So some of us have gone through trauma. Some of us have gone through abusive situations. Some of us have lived through it and survived it and learned the lesson from it. It's not enough to go through the pain. It's not enough to be living in the pain, but you make sure that you learn the lesson. And when you learn the lesson, you realize that you don't want someone else to continue in that pain when you realize that you have the answer. So sometimes the pain unearths the purpose. And then you end up advocating for the issues that caused you pain. You were you were in addiction, and then you found out that you got free from that addiction, right? Now you're empowering other people that they don't have to go through that addiction again. You've gone through an abusive situation, and you've now gone through the steps to heal from that. Now you want to be able to be an advocate to help other people not go through that and suffer through that abuse again, because you know the way out, right? So your pain even has purpose. The other P is your passion. Let's talk about your passion. What are you passionate about? What are those causes that bring you joy? What is it that you would do for free, but you would do it as if you were getting paid? I spoke as a motivational speaker for the first 5 years without getting paid, but I did it because it was my passion. I did it because it brought me joy. I did it because it fulfilled me and it was building my purpose up. Now I get paid. Now I have my own platform. Now I'm actually going internationally and helping people across the globe, right? But it started because I discovered I had a passion to influence leaders and to build leaders up and to help people to find their purpose and their vision in their life, right? My passion led me to my purpose. The last P, what are you phenomenal about? You know, what are you phenomenal about? A lot of times, what are you phenomenal at? Like I said, a lot of times we forget that we have giftings, talents, and abilities. I call them your GTAs. It's not Grand Theft Auto, it's GTAs, right? So your GTAs are your giftings, your talents, and abilities. Those things that you're phenomenal at. The problem is that you compare your phenomenal giftings to someone else's, and then you diminish what you're phenomenal at. I knew someone who was during COVID that started their business because and it took them to another level economically, and their gift was crocheting. Now you're looking at crochet. This person can crochet hats, crochet scarves, socks, baby gear. I knew a fashion designer that crocheted bikinis, had a whole fashion line of wares just with crochet, right? But you're looking at crocheting and you're comparing it to someone who's a lawyer or a stockbroker or saying, well, that's not that. And you're diminishing your gift that was meant to propel you. You can't put the crochet needles in the lawyer's hand and tell him to make something. It's not his gift, right?